Welcome to Spielfeld, Berlin 2024. My name is Tobias Schwarz. I work as solutions engineer on Ignite. And Ignite is a software tool that lets you build Cosmos SDK chains. So as Julian very good explained, with Cosmos SDK, you have your own L1 blockchain, but you can also build L2 blockchains, you can build rollups, you can build all sort of chains. And I'm going to give you a little tour of Ignite, where it came from, how it sits into the Cosmos ecosystem. So we'll be talking a little bit about the Cosmos ecosystem, how the ecosystem works in general. We'll be talking about open source, because before I joined the Cosmos ecosystem, I've been working in other blockchain systems, which was open source, but quite protective. So there were a lot of people that wanted to build similar things, but they couldn't because people were very protective of that code base. And this is where Cosmos stands out. Cosmos is modular. As Julian said, building modules is at the core of your blockchain. So you actually fork an amazing ecosystem if you're building your own Cosmos chain, and then you specify on your own business logic in your own Cosmos chain. We are talking about the interchain. What is the interchain? How does it look like? How do we build this? And how does it help scale blockchains? We will be speaking a little bit about forms of chain governance, how chain governance works, how different chain governments look like, and chain interconnectivity, one of the biggest strengths of the Cosmos ecosystem. So 2019 was the start of the Cosmos ecosystem. It is when Atom and therefore the Tendermint Byzantine fault tolerance engine launched. Proof of stake did exist before the Cosmos, so it's not the first proof of stake system, but it's the first one that allows you to copy it and build your own. Then Cosmos was the first blockchains with validators that actually get penalized. So if validators are offline, are not 100% on time, they get penalized for that. Not immediately, but if you're offline for 24 hours, you get a slash event. Also, if you try to fork the chain while running, that means you are proposing as a validator the same block height with two different signatures from your validator, your business is over as validator. You're gone. So this is extremely risky for validators, but it also allows instant finality transactions. That means there is no forks. No one even attempts it, because you attempt it once, you're getting slashed, you're done. So we actually, in the Cosmos, we can trust transactions instantly. We can trust it with zero confirmation. This will be important in the interchain. We'll see why. So let's follow up a little bit on what Julian already explained. What's the Cosmos SDK? The Cosmos SDK is modular. That means we have a lot of modules that make your blockchain. You can take from any other blockchain modules, copy them over to your chain, or you can develop a whole set of blockchain modules yourself. And we are seeing both ways of doing this in the Cosmos ecosystem. So instant finality is what I just explained, which allows for zero confirmation transaction. There is no forks, there's just one single chain. In 2021, the IBC protocol was launched into the Cosmos ecosystem. IBC stands for Inter-Blockchain Communication. And for this, the instant finality is actually pretty important, because if you imagine a whole set of blockchains that communicate with each other, and no blockchain knows exactly if another chain is currently forking, how do they handle incoming transaction? You wait a set of confirmations until you actually accept it on your blockchain, which is extremely inconvenient when you're trying to synchronize hundreds of blockchains. So actually, probably IBC is most valuable in Cosmos with instant finality, because you can kind of move onto another chain, the chain trusts you, you trust the chain instantly to be accepted and can continue. So it's also very good for user experience, that you don't have to wait for half an hour for your transaction to be confirmed. You just kind of send it within a block, it's there, and you can start using it on another chain. So very quick hopping is allowed in the IBC ecosystem, and a lot of projects build on that. You've probably heard of the Cosmos Hub, which is Atom. Then we had one of the first other blockchains were Juno, which embedded the Cosmos Wasm stack as first public blockchain, allowed Rust smart contracts in the Cosmos ecosystem. We have projects like Osmosis, who are a brilliant team working on DeFi products, so very similar to how we would see Uniswap on the Ethereum blockchain, is what Osmosis provides in the Cosmos ecosystem. Very native to Cosmos, a programmer team very native to the Cosmos, which is a big strength of their team. Then we have this is the new wave of chains currently launching. I'm just giving a few examples. I'll show you the same screen that Julian did in a bit. But we have Neutron, which allows Rust Smart, which is also a Rust Smart contract, Cosmos Wasm blockchain, but it's the first consumer chain on the hub. And what does that mean? I'll explain you in a bit when I go to ICS. We have Celestia that allows you to have roll-up chains, very strong, very innovative current approach, which a lot of chains try to solve, and Celestia has solved it. We have blockchains like Noble, which is actually a very slim blockchain, just has probably the token factory so that you can manage your USDC and IBC. It works together with Circle in order to mint new USDC tokens and bring them into the Cosmos ecosystem. It's actually, the blockchain is extremely slim, which I love a lot about Noble, that you can build USDC blockchain and then tap it into the Cosmos ecosystem, and everyone benefits from the approach in the ecosystem. So for me, I think Cosmos ecosystem is already a story of success. We have hundreds of chains. It's completely open source. It not only allows you to copy the code base and go your own way, it encourages it. And this is also what we're doing at Ignite. The modules allow you to be very flexible about creating your own business logic into that blockchain. And everyone is looking forward for you to build your own modules to innovate on the ecosystem. And everyone is invited to join the ecosystem. So 2021 marked the beginning of the Interchain. And Julian has showed you this picture, and we are all very excited about this platform. It's called Map of Zones, where you see in real time every transaction in the whole ecosystem running. You can see the different blockchains, which are the icons. And in total, we have at least 90 zones all interconnected with each other. Looking for more testnets are looking insane. There's more than thousands of different testnets that are connected. So this is all just mainnet, which is quite astonishing to see millions of transactions going through IBC and the different blockchains every month. So very vibrant ecosystem at play. Not each of those chains runs on the proof of stake that a lot of Cosmos chains do, but there's also innovation happening around that. So Noble, for example, uses the proof of authority. That means a small verified set of validators. Instead of being open to everyone, they stick to a known set of validators, which makes it quite a bit more efficient. It's a bit sad when it's not that open for everyone. I actually love when it's open for everyone to play around, to innovate, and to bring the best value and then be voted on that merit. But I fully understand for certain use cases, such as Noble working with Circle, that they want to use proof of authority and a set of trusted validators for their blockchain. We see concepts like proof of engagement, where the blockchain actually rewards engagement into the blockchain. That means participating with the blockchain with certain events, and therefore trying to engage the community and therefore reward engagement. We see proof of capacity, where storage on your machine gives you voting rights, and there's many more. So if you want to learn about different forms of governance, also join our tutorials platform. I'll give you the link later. So the Interchain means that we are scaling horizontally and vertically. So vertically is what we have seen mostly with a lot of different L1 app chains that run independently but are connected with each other via IBC. Then there is the interchain security, which is quite a fresh feature in the Cosmos ecosystem. Built by Informal, it allows, and it comes from a very similar background like Polkadot does. Polkadot, as probably most of you are aware, do parachains, And here we have interchain security, where we have a provider and a client consumer chain, and they share via IBC the same validator set. So as soon as, let's say, we have the Cosmos Hub and Neutron, as soon as on the Cosmos Hub a state in the validator set changes, it also changes for Neutron, and it gets updated by IBC. Currently, every validator has to run every consumer chain. This will change in ICS 2.0, what Informal is currently working on, where validators are allowed to opt out of the different chains. We'll see how that exactly plays out and how that works in production, but very excited about this stage as well. So we have both variants to offer for several chains. I think I've explained this point already in the last slide. So yeah, currently version 1 mandatory for all validators to run all consumer chains. ICS 2.0 tap into opting out of consumer chains. So I'm standing here because we're working on a tool that allows you to do all of this very easy with a couple commands. So build your own Cosmos SDK blockchain. Here's our man page, our help page, just to give you an impression what happens after you've installed Ignite, and then you go for ignite-help to see what it's actually doing. To get started, create a blockchain with Ignite scaffold chain. That's 4 words. You hit enter, takes like 2 or 3 minutes, and you have your Cosmos SDK chain sitting ready for you to work on to create your own module. So we have scaffolding commands, we have generating proto commands, we have generating front-end commands, we help with tooling, with analysis of the chain. So it's not only for creating a chain, but also for maintaining a chain and for upgrading a chain and for continuous development in the Cosmos ecosystem. So actually, we are mostly expecting 3 steps from Ignite users. First is Ignite scaffold chain, my chain. This creates your fresh SDK with a set of modules that we have decided for you. You can plug them in and out as Julian explained, in the app.go file or app.yaml file, and work on your own modules. And then we're expecting everyone to run Ignite chain serve, because this compiles the chain. It creates all the configuration on your local machine, creates a Genesis file. These are all pain points that developers usually have to go through, where Ignite intends to help. And then it runs the chain locally, and where it expects for you to make changes in your module, hot reloads it, makes all the changes to the configuration. So you're very convenient. You run Ignite chain serve and start hacking and see if something breaks. It'll show you. You can start debugging mode, or else you just continue working. And then you can already publish your chain, mostly starting with a testnet, finding some people to help you run it, because you want to either do a decentralized environment, or you go for other narratives like proof of authority, to have a set of validators that you prefer to have, that you have validated and verified. But we are also supporting to develop your own consumer chain. So you do the same command as before, Ignite scaffold chain, my consumer chain. You can give it any name you like. You put in -- consumer. It creates a consumer chain for you that can be onboarded into ICS. So you create a consumer chain that way, build your own module, then you make a proposal on the Cosmos Hub, for example, to be onboarded, and you go live. So I find this very powerful, that we can support various types of governance forms, of chain forms, with just very little changes in the command. So feel free to build your own L1 chain, your own consumer chain, your own L2 chain with rollups. We are also working closely with rollups in order for you to get any form of chain running as you prefer. So we have many actually successful examples. You're free to fork. This is all open source. This is all free to use. We are a collaborative effort to bring this to you, so the Cosmos SDK can get used in the wild by everyone. We have seen successful examples like Polygon BNB, that Binance Chain works with the Cosmos SDK, never came back, just used it, went forward with their own vision. Doesn't contribute much to the ecosystem. It's a pain point, but that's what we allow to do. You can use it for free. You can go your own way. You don't have to look back. So in order to check out Ignite, visit ignite.com, visit tutorialsignite.com. This is where you find a database of tutorials to help you go through various steps, build your own DeFi module, build your own token factory module like Noble did, or various other tutorials. So we've talked about the Cosmos ecosystem, open source and blockchain, the modular Cosmos, how we are launching the Interchain, how the Interchain looks like, what forms of chain governance we have, and how chain interconnectivity actually looks in real life. Thank you very much. Enjoy building with Ignite. I hope you find this useful. Check out our socials, our documentation, our tutorials, and thanks for listening. Thanks for being here.